Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please excuse the ink on my hands. I've been, me and my fountain pen, we had a little issue today. Okay, it might have been a big issue, but anyway, nothing got on the white leather couch. So there we go. So I was just going through some of my old journals and I came across this one here. And I absolutely love this. I keep a lot of like ephemera in it. And so I was looking and I didn't see where I had done a tutorial for this. And so to be quite honest, I couldn't even remember how I had made it. So I had to, this was my first attempt at trying to remake it. Obviously, that wasn't it. And then this was my second attempt at trying to remake it. And I was getting closer, but still no go. And then I finally remembered. So this one's not done. This is where I was just basically getting my technique back down, remembering how to do it. So I figured we need to do a tutorial on this. It will probably be like a two-part, maybe even a three-part, I don't know. So the first thing you want to do is you want to figure out how high, the height you want it. This is a very good height here. And this one is 5.5, and it is 3.5 wide. So what I'm going to do, I am going to get a piece of my 12 by 12 cardstock. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this at 5.5 because that's the height that I want. All right. And so then the next thing you want to do, these strips here, I cut them at 1 inch, but you're going to score 1/8 of an inch on the inside. So I'm thinking that it might be easier to do 1 1/8. We're going to go with that. So I'm going to cut these strips at 1 1/8. Or attempt to. I might better put my glasses back down. So I'm just, however many strips you want, there's no exact science to it. If I need more, I can cut more. And the only reason I'm doing the 1 1/8 is just to make it a little easier in scoring. The other ones, I just kind of guessed on my scoring to get that 1 1/8. But doing it this way, I'm thinking that it'll be a little easier to score. I may be completely, totally wrong, but we're going to find out very shortly. So 1 1/8. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, keep that strip because we will use it. I'm just going to set that there for right now. Now let's get our scoreboard and let's see. And we probably will need some more strips, but if we do, I'll get those. All right, so I'm just going to lay these strips on that 1 1/8 side. And let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and then at that 1/8 mark, or the 1/8 right past it. Now let's see if that worked. I think it did. Because I want my Yep, that works. Because that's what I want. I want that little bit of a spine like in it. So that's the easiest way for me to do it then. All right, so let's just keep doing that. So we will score. I can't hardly get this thing. Well, I'm going to have to do it there. I don't like scoring on the side because it's just too fiddly for me. But it looks like I'm going to have to do that if I want to make sure I'm doing it right. So I'm just going to score these down. Again, I'm scoring them at 1/2 inch, and then what is that? Like 5/8. And that's all I'm doing. And you don't have to do that. You just want a little bit of a spine area there just to give it a little bit of definition. So I just figured this was easier for me, that rather than trying to do the math, it was just easier to do it like this for me. Y'all know I don't like doing math, and I really don't like to measure. So let's see. We'll just do, we got one more, and then if we need more, I'll get more, but this will give us a good start for sure. Okay, so now that you've got them like this, you want to go ahead and fold all of them so that you have that little spine in there. And I think I need to fold them all. I want them all on where this is on the outside. I'm going to cover my spine so it really won't make a difference, but just in case I don't cover it, at least it'll all be matchy-matchy. And I will tell you that putting the spine together for me was the most tedious part of the whole thing. Everything else went very quickly, but this part here, the scoring and then actually putting it together is what took me the longest time. And it's not hard, it's just, it's one of those things that it takes some time to do it. And, you know, I could speed this part of the video up, but again, I've told you guys that I don't do that just simply because I want y'all to see exactly how long it does take me. And when I have mess ups, as much as I don't want you guys to see them, I do. Like right there, I scored that wrong apparently because it's not wanting to go. I didn't score that one right, that's for sure. But it's okay because I forced it on down. So I hope everybody is doing well. We are in the new house, and I do have quite a bit of my stuff in my craft studio. I still don't have everything. The reason I have not done a studio tour yet, but it is coming. All right, one more, and then I'll stop fussing with it. Like I said, this and then putting the spine together is the most tedious part for me. Okay, so once you get them like that, now what we need to do is we need to join them. And so I just want to make sure that I have my spines really defined there. And I don't know an easy way to do this. I am going to, just simply because it does look like there is a direction on this paper, I am going to line them up. I don't think anybody would ever notice, maybe. I'm not stressing over it. Okay. So what you want to do now is just take your glue, and I'm just using the Bearly Arts right now, and you want to glue right here. And then you want to take another one of them, and you want to match them up, but just make sure those spines are even. So you want them even at the end, and you want them even right here. And you're going to do this with every single one. And that's why I say this is the most tedious part for me. Because I will be doing really good, and then I get close to the end, and then I'll do one all wonkified. And see, like this one, I don't have it scored really good. But that is where, because I do have them the same size, and I wasn't guessing on my score lines, I can just line them up. And no, I'm messing up, guys. I'm setting that into the side. Yep. And I'm going to make sure I have a good fold right there. Yep. I'm not going to fight with it. Okay, so now I'm just got to get that up there like that. And then make sure I'm even. And once I'm even, then I can, because you want it to be, I mean, it's not that big of a deal because you can put stuff on the back to cover it. But just in case you didn't want to do that, you definitely want to make sure that they're pretty well even. So I got it now for the next one. So again, I'm just doing the same thing. And you could, I guess you could use like the score tape or something, but I don't know. I think I must like putting myself through agony and this tedious stuff. It's not bad. It's just, it does take time. That's the biggest thing. Because you can see it really, it's not that hard to do. Y'all noticed I changed it to say not that hard to do. So you just really, the biggest thing is just making sure that your score lines are good, because that will help a lot. So we'll do, it's not really going to take that much longer, but you know, I know this part is crazy. But I just use my hands and fingers a lot of times. I'm, you know, lining it up there and using my thumbs to line it up on the spine part. And if y'all know an easier way to do this, somebody please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know if there's an easier way, because I don't know of one. That don't mean anything. So again, I'm just, all right, let's see if we can do it. We're getting there, guys. And you don't have to do as many as I'm doing, or you can even do more. This is just determining the size of the spine of your little journal or ephemera holder, or, you know, whatever you're making it to be. And I just like it when it's a little chunky. And y'all know I'm always going to glue my desk, my hand, something. It would not be one of my videos if I did not. So see, it's getting there. We're getting close. Two more without that messed up one that I need to try to do something with. Let's see. So again, I'm just making sure it's done good. Just lining it up. And I guess you could do a bigger, you could do it like a 1/4 inch maybe if you wanted to. I mean, really, you can do it any way you want to. This is more of like a process on how to do it or how not to do it, maybe. That may be more what it is. All right, let's just do this one more, and then I'll take a look at the other one, and if I can't get it, we will leave it out and not stress over it in this one. I will say when they start getting this wide, it's a little bit harder for my little hands to hold on to it. I have small hands. Okay. Now let's see. What can I do with this one? Anything, let's see. Let's see, maybe. We're going to try it because I'm not going to let it win. All right, we're going to do it just simply because I'm not letting it win. Now I'm just going to put it on there. Boom. Okay. So now I'm going to put the needle back in my glue for a minute. All right, and guys, literally, that was the hardest part of the entire thing, that right there. So now just kind of set it to the side so that it can dry. And we've got that. We're going to set that to the side now. And now we know that we done our book. We done it at 3.5 by 5.5. So I've got some 6x6 papers here of the Tim Holtz. And so I'm not putting anything on the 2 ends right now. And you want maybe 2 for each one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Wow, I done more than I thought. Okay. You don't have to do 18. You can do, because we're going to use some of like the cutoffs instead of doubling the paper. We'll use some of the cutoffs. I cut that wrong. That needed to be the 3.5. And then this needs to be 5.5. And then let's just make sure that I've got my size right. And that looks right. And so see, instead of having 2 complete pages like this one, I would do it like this. So that would be my one of my 2 pages. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're cutting your papers. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so like on this one here, it's got the 1 page here, and then to cover up that seam, I just took one of the offcuts and I made like a little pocket. And so I've made a pocket here. I've done the same thing there. This one I actually used 2 of the bigger pieces because I made a pocket like this. And then here I've done a pocket from the top. So that's when you would need the 2 sheets. So I'm just cutting these to be 5.5 by 3.5, and then my little offcuts, I'll cut them at 5.5. And then probably when we get done with this part of it, we will probably stop for the night. And then when we come back tomorrow, we will start assembling everything. So that way we'll give our little paper there time to dry. Let's just cut maybe a couple more pieces. And I will show you what I do for the cover. We'll do that tonight too. Or this morning. You guys are probably seeing it in the morning. In the morning time. All right. Let me pick out what I want my cover to be. And I don't know, I kind of like that. I could do that for my front and my back. I'm thinking that's what I want. Nope, this is the one I want. I want that for my cover. I don't guess it really matters too much for my back. I'm going to use that. Okay, so let's cut my front and back out. And then we'll... All right, so I know I need it to be 3.5. Good. I wanted to make sure I got that flower on it. And I want it 5.5. And so right here, I want 3.5 by 5.5. Okay, now for my cover, I don't know if this is the back off of a paper pad or not. I do use those quite a bit, but this is some sort of piece of a chipboard. Normally you do not want to cut with your good trimmer blade, but you know me. So I'm cutting this at 3.5. And then I don't think it's going to be tall enough to get 5.5 twice, so I'll have to cut another one. So I'm going to do the 5.5. So I need one more like that. There's my 3.5. Okay, and I'm sorry if I'm getting quiet. Y'all know I have to think. And then 5.5. Well, okay, that can be set to the side. Let's set those to the side for now. So these are my covers. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those on. Then what I'll do when I stop for tonight, I'm going to take a nail file and I'm going to sand around that edge there. You kind of see how I done it on that, because it kind of makes it look like it's going into that paper. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and glue this really good onto this chipboard. Now I'm not going to glue anything on the back yet, because we are going to hide the flap where we put this on. We're going to hide it. So that'll be one of the last things that we do. I'm just getting that on there even. So there's the front. Looks good. Now let's do the same thing for the back. Make sure you get right up to the edge. There goes the desk and my fingers. I knew it was coming. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this one on. And there's our front and back covers. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to stop for the night, because I do need to file that, and I need to see how many pages I have. I may cut a few more pages down, but for the most part, you know, that's a good start. So in tomorrow's video, we will start assembling the journal. And let me go ahead and cut these down to 5.5 so I can use them as well. I know I have one more. I want to keep the butterfly. All right, So there are my papers that I have got ready, and yep, I will file this down, make sure I have enough papers, and tomorrow we will start putting this little journal together. So I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.